Morning, my friends. I want to bring you to a deeper understanding of Jesus Christ. If I wanted to put it in mystery school terms, well, we've been tricked out of Jesus Christ. When I've been listening to these gospels over the years and just many other things like it, the Corpus Hermeticum, that 10-hour secrets of all ages, you know, through history, if we look through the big lens of everything, all these gospels are about the eternal Jesus Christ. But all of us human beings are under the impression of, you mean the man Jesus Christ? Did he live? Where did he live? Did he live for real? Did we find his clothes? Did we find his things? Did we find Noah's Ark? That's not the way people used to understand Jesus Christ. So I'd really like to bring you to this understanding and the immensity of how life-changing it is, because I don't think of Jesus Christ how I used to at all, as like, prove the man existed. It's the same thing as how we're not allowed to know ourselves. Just the way that we're not allowed to know that human beings have an inner life and you'd be ridiculed for it, we're not allowed to know how people have always understood Jesus Christ as the eternal Jesus Christ, and we're only allowed to understand Jesus Christ, the man. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. We've been tricked out of Jesus Christ. We've been tricked out of knowing ourselves identically. And to focus on a man. What a great trick here. So let's have some fun with this. Of course, we're not going to be able to make it through this whole thing, and I don't think I'll be talking through it. I'm just opening you up to it. And I looked for a bunch of different versions of this. They're all so old. There's so much white noise. The audio is horrible. Then this one, it's like the audio is really good. Everything is really good, but then it kind of has music that's like meditation music in the background, and it ruins it. But this is the best one that I can find.
The Gospel of Truth. The Gospel of Truth is joy for people who have received grace from the...
You know, I said I wasn't going to say anything, but actually, for this beginning part, take my analogy of you were born on planet Earth, and the moment you asked a question, everybody told you to shut the fuck up, and we don't ask questions around here, and nice people read the narrative and never know anything for themselves. I want you, because Jesus Christ was the one. Jesus Christ, it's actually, the world isn't going to teach you. It's going to teach you things through abuse. But just take my analogy of when you were born, the world told you to shut the fuck up, because Jesus Christ is the cure for all this stuff.
Truth is joy for people who have received grace from the Father of truth, that they might know him through the power of the Word. The Word has come from the fullness in the Father's thought and mind. The Word is called Savior, a term that refers to the work he is to do to redeem those who had not known the Father. And the term Gospel refers to the revelation of hope, since it is the means of discovery for those who seek him. All have sought for the one from whom they have come forth. All have been within him, the illimitable, the inconceivable, who is beyond all thought. But ignorance of the Father brought terror and fear, and terror grew dense like a fog, so that no one could see. Thus error grew powerful. She worked on her material substance in vain.
I want you to think of the world that we live in, where everyone is a truth denier. They deny God's truth. that's right in front of all of our faces, self-evident truth that we can all come to. We can all come to God's truth that's unmovable, but we think it's so nice to get rid of God's truth and pretend that we're all God through our opinions of things.
Grew powerful. She worked on her material substance in vain, since she did not know the truth, and assumed a fashioned figure and prepared, with power and in beauty, a substitute for truth. This was not humiliating for the illimitable.
A substitute for truth. At the very beginning, truth wasn't known. The world was born without truth, and opinion replaced truth. Our ego replaced truth, as we're completely blind to everything.
For truth. This was not humiliating for the illimitable, inconceivable one. For this terror and forgetfulness and this deceptive figure were as nothing, whereas established truth is unchanging, unperturbed, and beyond beauty. For this reason, despise error. Error had no root. She was in a fog regarding the Father. She was there preparing works and deeds of forgetfulness and fear in order, by them, to attract those of the middle and take them captive. The forgetfulness of error.
Those of the middle, to take captive those of the middle, but there's also another middle where it's like purgatory.
In order, by them, to attract those of the middle and take them captive. The forgetfulness of error was not apparent. It is not from the Father. Forgetfulness did not come into being from the Father, but if it did come into being, it is because of Him. What comes into being within Him is knowledge, which appeared so that forgetfulness might be destroyed and the Father might be known. Forgetfulness came into being because the Father was not known. So as soon as the Father comes to be known, forgetfulness will cease to be. This is the gospel of Him whom they seek, revealed to the perfect through the Father's mercy. Through the hidden mystery,
I want you to understand how serious this actually is, how real it is, that a lot of our ignorance, when we realize these things, a lot of our ignorance just washes away.
Father comes
Questions we had our entire life that we thought could never be answered are simply answered as if we always knew the solution.
Be known. Forgetfulness will cease to be. This is the gospel of Him whom they seek, revealed to the perfect through the Father's mercy. Through the hidden mystery, Jesus Christ enlightened those who were in darkness because of forgetfulness. He enlightened them and showed the way, and that way is the truth He taught them. For this reason, error was angry with Him.
Now look, the world was born without truth. And already, what would the world do if it didn't know what truth is, wouldn't be able to find it? And it would be a representation of the world that we live in right now. We can look at the world we live in right now, where people will get angry with you if you say the word truth nowadays. People are so, they've been so captivated by this opinion thing. They truly see the word truth as offensive. They will get violent with you because they've taken on this delusion to the point to where they think it makes them all nice, loving, kind people. But do you see how it makes them the enemy of God?
Showed the way, and that
look at how this story I've been telling. It starts at the very beginning. It's the formation of Earth itself without truth. Well, then how does everything act on planet Earth if it's ignorant of everything and void of truth of itself?
He enlightened them and showed the way, and that way is the
You know,
truth.
the truth is our own self-reflection. The truth isn't that we look outside ourselves and then we find something on the ground and go, I finally found the truth. Well, what is the truth that we're talking about? The first question you asked. See, when you were a kid and you asked a question, you said, why is the sky blue? You said, why is this? Why is that? The true question you are asking is, I don't know who the fuck I am. I don't know what life is. What the fuck is this planet Earth thing? Why are we even alive in the first place? When you asked why is the sky blue, is you are asking all of that. You are asking direction. You are asking who am I and who is everybody and how does this thing work? And you were told to shut up because the world was born that way. The world was born default because it doesn't know what truth is. So the greatest offense, everyone thinks they're smart with their egos. A child undermines all of reality just by asking, why is the sky blue? Because the child is really asking, what is life? And nobody fucking knows.
Enlightened those who were in darkness because of forgetfulness.
And look, here's the one to rectify the original problem right here. Jesus Christ is waking up the part of us we're not allowed to know. The part that the world told us we're not allowed to know. Our inner life, our true self, our inner child, all those types of things.
Be known. Forgetfulness will cease to be. This is the gospel of him whom they seek, revealed to the perfect through the Father's mercy. Through the hidden mystery, Jesus Christ enlightened those who were in darkness because of forgetfulness. He enlightened them and showed the way, and that way is the truth he taught them. For this reason, error was angry with him and persecuted him.
Do you see that this is the explaining of the killing of Charlie Kirk? It's the explaining of the killing of God's prophets with Jesus Christ at the top. Why did they kill Charlie Kirk? Not because he had opinions, because he did truth in a world that's void, that began with no truth, a world that has been an enemy of truth since the fucking beginning.
And that way is the truth he taught them. For this reason, error was angry with him and persecuted.
You see how error was angry with Charlie Kirk and persecuted him? Do you see how the truth made people crazy and kill Jesus Christ and kill Charlie Kirk? Because they believed that the whole world operates off their opinions, and the truth made them violent.
Way, and that way is the truth he taught them. For this reason, error was angry with him and persecuted him, but she was restrained by him.
Do you know what the error is? To us, this shit's obvious. It's obvious as fuck. It's the narcissism. The truth denying creates the narcissism. The error is the narcissism that persecutes you because it believes truth doesn't exist and its opinion is the highest power. Then think of how in the end of our Revolver clip where the psychiatrist, look how it's a wall though. Look how it's something that people just can't decide to do. They can't just decide to do self-evident truth. There's a wall that makes people even more violent because they can't do it. And they think you're lying. If you said, I came to the self-evident truth. You've seen it, guys, you've seen it a million times at this point. If you said, no, it's the self-evident truth, the people that can't do it go, you mean your opinion? And you go, no, we can analyze it. No, we can figure out how I come to the self-evident truth and you come to the opinion. And anybody that comes to the opinion will force your truth into their opinion because they can't. You know where this ends? This ends with people killing God's prophets because they can't do the truth. It's impossible for them. It's all shown when we just do that basic search. If you just put in self-evident truth and do a basic search to find out the word, every single article, every single word, every single everything is people that can't do truth. So they go, self-evident truth is a myth fantasy thing when we're all just really doing opinions. Like over the years when we've done a search on self-evident, that's been every single article, every single anything. They can't do it. So they say it's a lie and we're just all doing opinions.
For this reason, error was angry with him.
So look how important it is, because if you didn't know the error, there's no way for you to understand this shit. Like everything that we've talked about here, I said I wasn't going to talk, but I realized, I'm taking it for granted because it's too easy. Like we could search our whole lives and not figure out what the error actually is. It's narcissism. The error is the narcissism that persecutes God's prophets.
Darkness because of forgetfulness. He enlightened them and showed the way, and that way is the truth he taught them. For this reason, error was angry with him and persecuted him, but she was restrained by him and made powerless. He was nailed to a tree, and he became fruit of the knowledge of the Father. This fruit of the tree, however, did not bring destruction when it was eaten, but rather it caused those who ate of it to come into being. They were joyful in this discovery, and he found them within himself, and they found him within themselves. And as for the illimitable, inconceivable...
Look how this is the real, we're talking real about Jesus Christ, because all of these things of Jesus Christ we will find within ourselves. We'll find within the tabernacle of the body. The difficult part is your ego will tell you that all that nice guy shit that's really evil is Jesus Christ. See, that's why we have to learn that doormat Jesus Christ isn't Jesus Christ. We have to learn that the narcissistic abuse masquerades around as humble and meek and nice. And it was actually the fucking opposite. It takes a lot of learning to understand that when you come to these understandings, you will find Jesus Christ within you, just like how Charlie Kirk was doing the work. He found Jesus Christ within him and was doing the actual Jesus Christ work like Jesus Christ.
And he found them within himself, and they found him within themselves.
Look in the world where you're not allowed to know yourself, and we're only allowed to talk about Noah's Ark as though it's a boat up on a hill or something. We're only allowed to... Was Jesus Christ a living man that walked around and take a poop like I did? Fucking sirens out there. We never get to actually understand. We never get to understand how it works through us, how it comes alive in us. But we are like the devil. We have taken on all the narcissistic traits of the world, thinking that it's fucking normal because everybody's doing it. We wouldn't even know who we are if somebody took away all those narcissistic traits and just all that shit that we just think is normal.
They were joyful in this discovery, and he found them within himself, and they found him within themselves. And as for the illimitable, inconceivable, perfect Father who made all, the all is within him and needs him, although he kept within himself their perfection, which he had not given to all, the Father was not jealous. What jealousy could there be between himself and his own members?
Yeah, it really shows the God of the Old Testament that's like, I'm a jealous God. Guys, my jealousy is my superpower. I'm the jealous God of the Old Testament that's the narcissist, fucking wicked ass motherfucking tyrant. And then here's unknowable God. Here's unknowable God that Jesus Christ brings to us that we know through Jesus Christ.
What jealousy could there be between himself and his own members? Or even if the members of the eternal realm had received their perfection, they could not have approached the Father. He kept their perfection within himself, giving it to them as a means to return to him with complete, single-minded knowledge. He is the one who set the all in order, and the all is within him. The all was in need of him, just as a person who is not known to other people wants them to know him and love him. For what did the all need, if not the knowledge of the Father?
You know, this is the cure for our lives, as like every single person is saying, nobody ever listens to me, and if people listen to me, I'd finally live in a perfect world. I'd finally be content. Oh, I need those Epstein files. I live a miserable life. If I finally got those Epstein files, I'd be a happy, content person with the truth. If I just got that promotion at work, I waited my whole life, I'll finally be a happy... And the problem is we take our miserable selves around with us. We think, like, if I got the promotion at work, we think that, like, I'd finally be taking a vacation for myself. When I finally get those Epstein files, man, am I ever going to be able to take a vacation from my fucking miserable fucking self? I'll finally be content. I'll have all the world's mysteries solved. And it was really knowing God. That's not the truth. It was this relationship of remembering.
He became a guide, a person of rest who was busy in places of instruction. He came forward and spoke the word as a teacher. Those wise in their own eyes came to test him, but he refuted them, for they were foolish, and they hated him because they were not really wise. After them came the little children.
They hated him because they all lived in a fake reality, just like that Pierce Morgan video that I made where I said, yeah, they're all foolish and they think that they're fighting a war of duality, but if Jesus Christ ever came along, they would all join forces together against Jesus Christ and go, we've always been friends. We've never been enemies. We've been the greatest buddies that anybody could ever buddy around. And the only enemy because Jesus Christ breaks reality. He shows that what they're doing, everything that they're doing is phony, and gives them a real enemy, which is him.
Them, for they were foolish, and they hated him because they were not really...
They hated him because they had fake intelligence, and all of them did. And they thought that they were so smart in their fake intelligence, and no one could ever see through their fake intelligence, and their whole lives are made of it, and the whole planet's made of it. And then when Jesus Christ comes along to show, no, your intelligence is absolutely fucking phony, built on the ego, built on narcissism. Yeah, people can't handle that. People can't handle having their intelligence come into question, when it's pretty easy to defeat people's Bozo the Clown intelligence when they never had any.
For they were foolish, and they hated him because they were not really wise. After them came the little children, who have knowledge of the Father. When they gain strength...
Why is it important of children? Because they haven't learned how to do the narrative yet. Little children are still in the kingdom of God. The little children go around saying the same reality-breaking truths that Jesus Christ does. And children do it by just asking, why do I even live? What is life? Why is the sky blue? It breaks all of reality when a child asks innocent, simple questions. None of the adults can answer them. It really undermines the intelligence of adults. You know, us that think we're so fucking smart. Oh, all it takes is a child. Oh no, a child will come around and ask basic, innocent questions and absolutely fucking undermine our fake, fucking phony intelligence. And then we get mad at the child. We say that the child is doing something wrong and the child just hasn't learned to be like us yet. And they don't know what parenting is because they believe parenting is, ooh, my child made a mistake by asking an innocent fucking question that reveals all of us for the phony retards that we are. So I better teach that child to read the narrative. I better teach my child to never ask any question again, because questions are offensive to us phony fucking adults. That's why it's so important of children, because they're innocent and they could ruin it all. They could break the facade.
Who have knowledge of the Father. When they gained strength and learned about
Like,
the expression.
like you know who the greatest enemy of planet Earth is? Children. Like, that's what Jesus Christ was saying. Like, all the phony shit, a child just undermines all of it with an innocent question.
Knowledge of the Father. When they gained strength and learned about the expressions of the Father, they knew, they were known, they were glorified, they have glory. In their hearts.
Like, if you're walking around and you're lonely, let me introduce you to your best friend. Like literally. Like, this is the best friend. This is who everyone's been looking for their entire life. This is what everyone has been looking for. While they go, if somebody would just listen to me, I'd finally be happy. Like, just everything. If I finally got the Epstein files, I'd finally be happy. If I did this, if I finally got the promotion at work, if I got the boat, if I got the car, if I got for me, it would be like the electric bike, because I'm a Gen X bike rider. Oh, when I finally get the electric bike, I'll be so content and happy and all. Well, you know what? I was really, really, really happy when you guys provided an electric bike for me, but I didn't think that it solved the world's mysteries. I thought it complemented my own life, where I live as a friend of Jesus Christ, is where, like, this is my best friend right here. Like, everyone's my best friend. But when I ride around on my bike, I ride around with my best friend. I'm actively having a relationship with my best friend here.
In book.
I didn't realize that everything else is hollow. As in, if you were looking for this from other human beings, it's such a fruitless search. We're all trying to live our own lives. Like, everybody's in this. Like, nobody can save you from this, because nobody can save themselves from it. The friend we've been looking for our entire life actually was Jesus Christ.
Revealed.
You'll get nowhere with people.
The book that was written in the Father's thought and mind, and was, since the foundation of the all.
Like the closest we could do this is being actual best friends in Jesus Christ. Like, how do you be a friend to another human being? Like, how Jesus Christ is the ultimate friend, the ultimate one who'll never leave you. Jesus Christ with unconditional love. Right here, the closest that we could get is trying to share in that with another human being, but another human being doesn't replace it.
Sensible nature. No one had been able to take up this book, since it was ordained that the one who would take it up would be slain, and nothing could appear among those who believed in salvation unless that book had come out. For this reason, the merciful, faithful Jesus was patient and accepted his sufferings to the point of taking up that book. since he knew that his death would be life for many. As in the case of a will that has not been opened, the fortune of the deceased owner of the house is hidden, so also in the case of all that had been hidden while the Father of the all was invisible, but that issues from him, whom every realm comes. Jesus appeared, put on that book, was nailed to a tree, and published the Father's edict on the cross. Oh, what a great teaching! He humbled himself even unto death, though clothed in eternal life. He stripped off the perishable rags and clothed himself in incorruptibility.
This is one of the biggest things that really brought me to a deeper understanding of Jesus Christ. This garment of incorruptibility, it is just the most beautiful thing that is shown through. It's a big theme. Garments, Joseph in the Technicolor Dreamcoat. Like, garments are a big fucking deal in the Bible. Because garments were really representing this. Like, even in the Bible, when it's like, the person fell to their knees and ripped their sackcloth, like, all of that goes into how we as human beings wear the sackcloth. Yeah, that's the name of that's one of the names of Yaltabaoth is sackcloth. But we as human beings fall to our knees, rip the sackcloth, and Jesus Christ wears the garment of incorruptibility. Charlie Kirk was kind of putting on that garment as he couldn't be corrupted, as he couldn't be beaten. See, these are real. We don't know what these things are unless we actually know. Like, how could we know? Like, look how the world doesn't know Charlie Kirk was unbeatable. The world doesn't know that Charlie Kirk came to real truth. Truth on the rock. Truth nobody could beat. And it put everyone on the identical page.
Perishable rags, and clothed himself in incorruptibility, which no one can
look
take.
how it would be. Just look how monumental. These are small things. These are small things in the big totality of it all. Like, who could even understand one word of this shit? Living the lives that we used to live.
He stripped off the perishable rags and clothed himself in incorruptibility, which no one can take from him.
Like, that is what brought me to the understanding of the eternal Jesus Christ. The talking about these garments, that Jesus Christ is completely incorruptible. And there's so much more with it. There's so much more with it. We got to do all these gospels so I can bring it to you.
The perishable rags and clothed himself in incorruptibility, which no one can take from him. When he entered the empty ways of fear, he passed by those stripped by forgetfulness, for he encompasses knowledge and perfection, and he proclaims what is in the heart. He teaches those who will learn, and those who will learn are the living who are inscribed in the book of the living. They learn about themselves, receiving instruction from the Father, returning to him.
They learn about themselves. The world has one rule. You're not allowed to know yourself. And Jesus Christ came here to teach you about because all these things are like the little boy in the Metallica video that's locked in the cell, but the little boy always had the key.
Instruction from the Father, returning to him. Since the perfection of the all is in the Father, all must go up to him. When all have received knowledge, they receive what is theirs and draw it to themselves. For those who are ignorant are in need, and their need is great, because they need what would make them perfect.
Yeah, all those abusive people that abuse us and they're horrible and they're absolute trash of fucking people. They're trash because they don't have this. That's what makes them trash.
For those who are ignorant are in need, and their need.
They're the ultimate of ignorance, and it makes them fucking mentally ill and trashes people that think they're nice people. At the same time, they're the most evil fucking trash shit people that there possibly could ever be, and they believe that they're the most nice, loving, kind people. How can you show them?
For those who are ignorant are in need, and their need is great, because they need what would make them perfect. Since the perfection of the all is in the Father, all must go up to him and receive what is theirs. He inscribed these things first, having prepared them to be given to those who came from him.
So let's end it right here. I'm only in 8 minutes and 50 seconds into the book. Of course, I'll link it and have a lot of fun with this. If there's parts of this you want me to do or something else, just let me know. If you just want me to continue making this video, like I'll make another part tomorrow, I'll make another part the next day until we finish it, well, just let me know. Have some fun with this. Much love to everyone.